If they don't, you're probably not, investing anymore in the year. One of the things that I did want to ask you about, though, Sam, and I'm glad that you showed up here, is the way that they're going about getting Brock Purdy back into the mix here. They keep on limiting him in practice when what he needs is no practice at all. Do you know how to put your foot up and rest? Like, do you know how to, do you understand that what get off your feet means? Get off your feet doesn't mean let's go through practice in a limited capacity. It means don't practice. And I'm not sure why the 49ers, who can look around and basically all agree with each other. Are we terrible in terms of how we deal with injuries or just injury bad luck? Like, do you think we should do something a little different just in this guy's case? Brock, sit down, relax, please. Do not practice. Don't let him go out on the field.
And Mac Jones has played well. We've said this. We know Mac Jones is not going to be the quarterback through the entirety of this season, but Mac Jones can get you through 6 games, and we're at 5, I believe, at this point. But even if it came down to it, having a healthy Mac is still better than Brock. We saw what happened in the Jacksonville game. You cannot let that happen again, and you cannot jeopardize coming back too soon for Brock Purdy. You need peak Brock Purdy at this point in the season. And yes, look, I'm not the guy who likes to dissect injuries before they happen, but if we're talking about a training staff at this point, nobody is calling the Niners for recommendations on their training staff.
No.
Nobody. Over the last 2 seasons, the number one story for the Niners, who are a Super Bowl contending team, they are supposed to be a favorite to win the NFC. This year coming in, it was Eagles, Lions, Niners. That was the line out of Vegas coming into this season, and look at what's happening in regards to injuries. You cannot lose your 2 faces on defense in a season and say it's going well, considering you lost all of your faces on offense the season before. You cannot say that. In fact, I'm so upset. I'm taking off the mask. Look, I cannot. And I was not like this, Damon. I did not care about injuries. You're the one who was always harping on injuries and saying, well, let's not talk about it before it happens, right? But now that it happened, now that Bosa and Warner are gone for the season, and you're racking up other injuries and considering what's going on with the wide receivers, it is impossible not to simply point a finger at this point at something that is happening.
Well, and it's like they're trying to take Christian McCaffrey and speak an injury into existence. They're overusing him to the point where it needs to cool off a little bit. And I got McCaffrey carrying my entire fantasy season. I want him to get as many touches as possible.
Of course.
But I also want him to touch the ball 555 times before the playoffs start.
This is being mismanaged currently. I will say the number one thing that went right, though, and I was not as excited about it at the time as you were, because I didn't want to talk about Mac Jones as a starter when you did. You were excited right when Mac Jones landed. I said, Mac Jones is exactly what he is. He's a backup quarterback. This is Marcus Mariota. This is Kirk Cousins. I'm not going to sit here and talk about what Mac Jones did in New England 3 seasons ago when they got destroyed by the Bills in the playoffs. I'm not getting excited about Mac Jones. Eat my words. Mac Jones, if we're talking best backup quarterback this season, is there any question?
No, I mean, I just did this with Kruger. I said, when we go back through NFL history and we start to evaluate backup quarterback performances, Mac Jones might compile a list of stats here that has him right on top of one of the best backup quarterback seasons we've seen in modern football.
I mean, again, you got Jeff Hostetler winning a Super Bowl as a backup. You got Nick Foles winning a Super Bowl as a backup. Okay, fine. Obviously, that's going to top the charts. But outside of that, right, when I look recently...
The key for all of that happening was not pushing it. Jeff Hostetler on one afternoon can win you. Jeff Hostetler 8 weeks in a row.
No,
you might be 2-6. But on any day, Jeff came out and had a good Super Bowl. Congratulations. And it's the same thing with Nick Foles. How's Nick Foles doing right now as a starting quarterback?
Nick Foles got a massive contract in Jacksonville and it ended. I mean, that was just that's all you can say. I mean, Nick Foles followed it up the next season, stepped in for Wentz again, and led the Eagles to the playoffs, and that was it. That's the end of what Nick Foles really has done in this league.
Anyone who disrespects Chef A is done. I didn't even see the Chef A disrespect for Buff. I'm tired of repetitive jokes. Chef A disrespected. You're dead to me.
No, that's it. You're absolutely gone. I can't believe it. By the way, have we mentioned that now? Look, as much as I want to talk about the Niners, the only one other thing I want to say about the Niners, where do we stand on Juwan Jennings? Because look, the trade deadline is a real thing. This is going to be a question. There's going to be a team out there that thinks Juwan Jennings, not as a number 1, but as a number 3, is going to make that difference on a playoff run. And that is going to be a conversation for John Lynch.
I don't think it's going to happen. Basically, Shanahan this week said, I don't think Jawan Jennings is going to be in another uniform this year. And again, I don't think they can afford. They need Jawan Jennings to play well more than they need to trade him.
Okay, fine, fair. But are we getting that? Well, actually, let's go back. We need him to be healthy.
Yes. Well, I mean, what Niner do you not need that for at this particular?
I just don't understand how that's the story with every freaking guy we're talking about. And again, I know you're not thrilled about where Brian Robinson's use is also, and that's been interesting. But I don't think it's even worth harping on anything other than exactly what we said in regards to the injuries. One other game, if we're limited on time, I just have to add, like, Chiefs Bills. Where are we with that and what it means?
Do you want a bigger heavyweight title fight in the AFC? You cannot find one. That's a big one.
The beauty of it, also, though, can I say that the beauty of it?
Here's what I just know. Josh Allen always loses that game. Always loses that game. Until he doesn't, I'm not going to assume he won't. Josh Allen is good. It's not his fault. Like, Josh Allen walked off the field with the lead, and then Mahomes got him in 30 seconds or whatever it was.
13
seconds. Thank you. Did I say 30?
Yeah, no, it's
unbelievable. Beating him by 2 touchdowns that day.
But how about this? Josh Allen actually, Damon, to push back, finds a way to win this game. The problem is what happens in 2.5 months. Josh Allen is fine with winning this game in the regular season. It's the game in the divisional and the championship round that hasn't been solved. That's the one that we're worried about. Frankly, I think Buffalo at home is frankly, I think Buffalo on paper largely stacks out as the better team here still. I see Buffalo winning this game.
A better running game. I mean, Cook is having an awesome year.
Cook's having an unreal season. For everyone who thought, oh, no big deal, they signed Cook. Are they going to sign him? They can survive without him. You're the one that says it. The Bills offensively, there's not a ton of weapons there. Yes, Josh Allen's going to make up for a lot, but if Cook's not having the season he is, I'm sorry, Buffalo's not in this conversation the way they are. But what I love about this game most is, remember when Kansas City was 0-2? Do you remember when the Chiefs, we hadn't quite put them in the ground because we're never going to be stupid enough to do that, but this Chiefs team is at a peak for this game right now. I love that there are no question marks, that the Chiefs are at that level, that the Bills are at that level. They got the Falcons thing behind them at this point. You and I thought Carolina was going to show something against the Bills, and the Bills just said, forget about that.
Yeah.
Forget about that. And this is not a look ahead to the Chiefs either, right? Because that was another thing that we could have brought up. Carolina could have been a clear look ahead at a conference game before your biggest game on the schedule with your number one rival. And instead, they smashed the Panthers to tell everyone, no, this is the heavyweight match that we thought it would be.
As I was saying before you got here, Sam, if you're a Niner fan this weekend, you want to be rooting for the Vikings and the Panthers. Vikings are at the Lions. Panthers are at the Packers. You want to stay on that lead lap. You want to freeze them at 5 wins while you get to 6. So let's see what happens. Plus, the Panthers are coming up here on the schedule. Who are they? What team are you going to get that week, a couple weeks from now? This week goes a long way to explaining that game. Seahawks at Commanders on Sunday Night Football. Cardinals at Cowboys on Monday Night Football. So we're going to have to wait until we get into November to see what the NFC West looks like. And it's a very interesting week. And I got to give you full credit, Sam. Every now and then you get some shit right. That's why we love having you here. Just saying, I think you might be right about the Ravens. 3 weeks ago, you were saying that the Ravens were going to win their division. And guess what? I think we're on that path. I think, dude, how did Lamar look? Did Lamar stabilize things last night? I mean, maybe the Dolphins are easy pickings, but looked good.
He didn't just look good. He looked like the leader of that team. As much as you would think, you'd like to think that it's defense, right? The Ravens have been built in regards to us just being trained to think that it's about their defense and that their defense can sustain certain things. But what we found out is no. This is about Lamar. 2019 Lamar MVP Ravens is going to still be the peak of what we've ever seen out of him. And of course, he followed it up with another MVP season. But I'm thinking about the game. I remember him smashing the Rams at the Coliseum on Monday Night Football that season. And it was just like, wow. And the Rams were significant. McVay, it's the worst loss still of McVay's career. The worst loss of his career. The Ravens came into the Coliseum and wiped them out. It's not bold that I'm saying it's Lamar's team. What I'm saying is when you see him focused in that way, where obviously he knows he's got to prove everybody wrong. He's been on the bench. This team's got one shot at doing it this season. They got to basically run the table now. They can't trip up. Remember, the Ravens love to give away leads also. So in that game, as much as it looked out of hand last night, they've lost games like that to the Raiders in Baltimore 2 seasons ago, okay? So it's possible for them to blow something like that. And instead, Lamar says, I am here, and there are no more hiccups. That's what you saw last night. This is for real. And the real shame of this, Damon, is that you and I didn't take $100 out that day and say, who do we know in Vegas? Here's $100, Ravens to win the NFC North, the AFC North, back when it actually could have given us some major cash.
By the way, we do know a guy in Vegas to lay those bets for us, but we did not call him. And I'm going to tell you right now, JT the Brick, we love this guy so very, very much. Who has a more lost in the woods football team to be associated with than our good friend? I got a little, Sammy, we got this one wrong.
I got egg on my face. Yes.
If you got Lamar and the Ravens right, we both absolutely got Pete Carroll is going to be the hand that, if not delivers the Raiders to the winning column, delivers them to at least a column of credibility that they can then enjoy for the first time in a long time. And Geno, stabilizing force, it's going to, if not work, it's at least going to have them off the clown car circuit onto the you're a football team trying the best you can every single week. How about this from Josh Dubow of the AP? Happy anniversary to the Raiders. Today is the day 2 years ago they fired Josh McDaniels. 2 years ago today, the Raiders winning percentage with Josh McDaniels was .330. Since firing Josh McDaniels, the Raiders winning percentage is it was .360 with him. It's been .333 without him.
That's disgusting.
They got rid of Josh McDaniels and have gotten patently worse with less hope, because even as Antonio Pierce was failing, you could say, well, he represents the future and tomorrow. Pete Carroll represents neither of those things, nor has he represented a culture change. So that means the Raiders need to let go of their coach now, and they're just waiting for the moment when that happens. And if they wait through the entirety of this year, just out of respect for Pete, they flushed a year. And if they don't want to just go one and done with Pete, they're going to flush next year too, because there will be no year 3, year 4 of Pete Carroll there. So what are you even doing? When you know you're invested in the wrong stock, get out of it.
Let me do everybody a favor. We don't have it cut up from what I said 2 months ago, but I'm just going to recreate it right here. I am so fired up on the Raiders. I am absolutely on the bandwagon. You cannot bring Pete Carroll and that pedigree in here. You cannot pay your offensive coordinator $6 million in Chip Kelly and screw this up. You're bringing in Geno Smith, who has resurrected his career and did it already with Pete Carroll once, and you've got the most exciting player from this draft without question in regards to plugging in and playing and making a difference every single Sunday, Thursday, Saturday, Friday, whatever you got Monday. Ashton Jeanty is going to be the offensive rookie of the year. Mark it down right now. There's no question about it. The Raiders are going to compete. Watch out, Broncos. Watch out, Chiefs. Watch out, Chargers. The Raiders are absolutely for real, and they're going to make a difference this season.
No.
Wow.
Oops. Oops.
31-0. I mean,
and it was worse than that.
Was it 3 first downs to 30? Was it 3 first downs to 30? It was something as bad as, by the way. So we love JT the Brick as a brother, and he went on an absolute tirade about that game. I love him for it. For those that haven't seen it, check out JT the Brick's Twitter account. He eviscerated the Raiders. It was awesome.
Well, the thing is, though, it's Mark. I mean, what are you going to? How do you replace an owner? You can't. You don't.
I don't even know. I mean, it's like on paper, everything I just said 40 seconds ago on paper is something you could actually convince yourself is going to be the future. Chip Kelly, Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, Ashton Jeanty, Max Crosby. Like, there's something in there that you'd say, wow. And again, facelift from what the team was a year ago, right? Like, who's made more changes? Even Pittsburgh doesn't look as different as the Raiders on paper.
Corporal Tez says, what's worse, a curse of injuries like us or a curse of irrelevance like the Jets or the Raiders? Oh, you take the curse of injuries any single time. That's the thing. Bad luck eventually, hopefully, does come to an end. I don't think institutional incompetence that begins from the owner's suite is something that you can overcome. And how about this? If adding Tom Brady to the mix.
I didn't even mention that in my tirade. Oh my God.
If adding Tom Brady to the mix doesn't even bring you an inch closer to credibility, like what exactly will?
Even Tom Brady right now is doing the homer backing up into the weeds, right? Like,
right into the bush, right into the bush. By the way, San Bruno Mike, thank you very much for his super. He says, I once heard a wise man say the best time to get out of a bad decision is right away. The best time to get rid of an investment you don't like is today. It'll be better than tomorrow. And that's business. And business can be cruel and insensitive, but there are some rules to this shit.
It's just devastating. The other thing I want to say in regards to irrelevance, I'm going to make a promise to this awesome audience that you have built on YouTube, and thanks to your page, and thanks for those of you that are watching on Thinking Out Loud, Siciliano and Sam. We're live on Instagram as well. And let's just say to everybody in the comments, we're not allowed to speak about the Atlanta Falcons anymore.
There will be no discussion of the Atlanta Falcons. No, nothing to say. But it is time for Just Saying. Sammy, I'm glad you got in here. I know that you wanted to say a little something about Game 6 of the World Series tonight in Toronto. I'm just saying that's the worst-looking $150 tomahawk steak I have ever seen Dodger Stadium. That thing was gray, ugly. That steak looked like it dropped 2 or 3 at home in the World Series. So no more tomahawks. We have played our final game of the year at Dodger Stadium. Does this end tonight, or will we get a Game 7 where every card you could think of on the deck could be played?
2 Just Sayings. Number 1, Damon probably has the best joke on social media yesterday with when you took the Arash Markazi steak and then you said, yes, that steak looked like it just lost 2 or 3 at home in the World Series. So yeah. Bad look for
Morales. I got a like out of Morales on that one.
A big shout out from Morales. He loved that take, and it was a great one. It is a great one. For those that haven't seen it, please check out Damon on socials because it's an absolutely savage blast.
On Twitter is
this guy's a beauty on Twitter. So my Just Saying on this though is, Damon, you follow a team in baseball pretty closely named the Chicago Cubs.
Yay!
The last time a team came back from a 3-2 deficit with 2 wins on the road was those Chicago Cubs, who had to come back after giving up the lead late thanks to Rajai Davis to win that game the way they did in extras in Game 7. And what a moment it was, and what a curse ended for the history of the Cubs. Obviously we'll never forget that. Obviously Siciliano, the Indians fan, will definitely never forget that, the 3-1 lead and the 3-2 lead and everything that happened there. But Dodgers don't have to win 2.
Wanted to lose that game.
It was.
Would not let them.
Would not happen. Aroldis Chapman be damned. It would not happen. So the Dodgers do not have to win 2 games. They have to win 1 game, right? That's the mentality. They've got the right guy on the mound in regards to Yamamoto, back-to-back complete game wins in the playoffs right now. So you got to think you're feeling good about 6 innings out of Yamamoto for this Game 6. I hate to say, they're going to win this game and let's talk about Game 7. I just want to say, I'll put my little prediction out there. Dodgers are going to force a Game 7, and I see Shohei pulling a little bit of what Walker Buehler did last season, a starter who comes in relief to make a difference. And I believe the rule says that Shohei can start as a DH, come into the game, and remain in the game if he then, after being the pitcher, remains in the field. So he could essentially pitch for about 5 innings and come back and play maybe right field or something. Now, he's done that. He did it as an Angel. And I believe Major League Baseball even changed the rule for him that he can be a DH. He can come into the game and pitch, and he can go back to being DH. I believe that is the Shohei rule that was instated. But either way, the Dodgers will get creative, and that's what's going to happen.
By the way, Clownman says, Sammy's got that Elon Musk internet connection. Damon, you're hazy. What the fuck is going on with my camera?
How could that happen? Yeah, you know what? Actually, you do look a little. Yeah, you know what? You do.
Dude, what pisses me off is that this camera, which I'm told is an expensive camera by my wife, it'll be working just fine, and then in the middle of a show, we'll just turn into this shit.
It's garbage.
Oh,
We
fuck.
cannot have that. We cannot have that.
Anyways, I got to get going here.
Let's do it, dude.
Sammy, we didn't get to talk to you the night that the Kings and Sharks actually
Oh.
played. That happened this week. I know you did the post game for that. Let me tell you, Sharks beat the Devils last night. Here's what doesn't even matter. I don't care if they're winning or losing. And I know we're not about to talk like hockey here. 19 of San Jose's past 24 goals have been scored by a player 23 years or younger. That's a rebuild. That's good. I don't care if they win or lose. Young guys score goals. We'll talk to you all next year about winning hockey games.
And let me just say, Damon, poster on the wall, player to watch right now. Get behind it. Macklin Celebrini, a superstar. The future of this league rides on Macklin Celebrini. I've already called it a celebration when he scores. They are going to be celebrating in San Jose based on Macklin Celebrini. This guy is signing up right now. He is on the Connor Bedard level. He's going to be in conversations that they're having about Connor McDavid right now. He's that good.
Router reset. That's what IT is saying. Router reset, Damon. You need a router reset. I would agree. That probably is going to do it. All right, Sammy, we get back to today in history. I'm so glad that we were able to join us. Happy birthday to the state of Nevada. Oh, my God. 1864, Nevada became the 36th state. And I'll tell you, for 161 years old, you don't look a day over 160. You really don't. Very nice. Today, in 1913, Sammy, we went cross-continental. The dedication of the Lincoln Highway, which starts in Times Square in New York City and ended in Lincoln Park, San Francisco, was officially dedicated today. The Lincoln Highway. Do you roll with the Lincoln Highway? Yes or no?
So first of all, I haven't spent enough time on. I have been on it, but I have not done. Have you done the cross country? By the way, Damon, you've driven a lot of places. You took a red Mustang convertible from San Francisco to Bristol, Connecticut. So I know you've done a lot
in winter. I mean, that's the right time to show up with a really bad car for the winter. Anyway. I don't think the Lincoln Highway is even out there anymore.
It isn't, right? I don't. Yeah,
there's pieces. They may anyway. Respect to good old fashioned highways.
Yes.
Today in 1941. Speaking of dedications, I give you boom Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, not bad.
Mount Rushmore dedicated today, and they said they finished it. And that's what they said. They were going to do the whole bodies, by the way. Did you know that the Mount Rushmore was supposed to be whole physical portrait?
When are they going to finish that up? They're still they get back out there for that.
Like, they got and they're like,
good start, everybody.
We're good. We're wrapping it up right here.
We can fill it in with AI. I mean, we could do that. We could put whatever outfit we want on in AI. That's great. Is it amazing that, by the way, because of the time we've spent in sports, is it amazing that at this point, Mount Rushmore to me, truly in my brain, means we're about to talk about the best players for a certain franchise more than it does presidents.
It's a sports topic more than it is a national monument.
It's not a political conversation. It is a sports conversation, Mount Rushmore. Nobody's arguing about what other presidents could be up there. I'm only arguing whether LeBron should be on there for the Lakers. Like, that's the only conversation that happens anymore.
How many absolutely terrible local sports talk radio shows are going to do your what's your favorite Halloween candy segment today?
Now, should we jump in? I mean, 100 grand's pretty good. I'm a big fan of what's the new one that Reese's does?
And then do it.
The Take Five. I'm a big fan of the Take Five. No, it's horrible.
Kathy Kilmeyer, if you don't mind me saying, Kathy Kilmeyer, old school KNBR. I don't know what
Special K.
Kathy Kilmeyer. No, Special K was someone totally
different.
That's
right, Karen. You're right. That was You're right. But Kathy Kilmeyer, remember also, yes.
She had those Take Fives out there. I mean, you get the salty sweet. It's very okay. So we just did the terrible segment that I said cannot happen. That's fine. What else do we got today? Happy Incorporation Day to frickin' Walmart today in 1969. That formed in Arkansas. What would America is Walmart? I mean, like nothing represents who we are more than that piece of shit thing that everyone is addicted to, because we're all it's just enough poverty stricken that we can all afford to fucking shop there. Walmart, nothing fancy, nothing classy. Here you are, pathetically average American. You'll never be more than a Walmart shopper. I fucking hate Walmart and respect it all at the same time.
I respect it. It's overwhelming. I feel like I have to prepare before I go to Walmart. I have to be ready for what I'm going to experience, and I have to be ready to know what I want, because you cannot wander in there. You are lost. You are on a milk carton if you wander in Walmart.
Fucking Walmart.
It's overwhelming.
Today in 2011 is the day that Earth crossed into 7 billion people living. By the way, here we are many years later. We're only at 8.2. We're only at 8.2, which proves we have officially reached generation doesn't even know how to talk to a chick. Generation sexless is what's coming up behind us. You know, you got guys out there today who know more about K-pop demon hunters than they do how to talk to a woman. And we're talking about 24, 25-year-old guys. So I'm going to send you all out this Halloween with this. Talk to a girl. See what happens. See what happens if you actually politely, courteously express interest in a girl. If it is received, fantastic. If it's not, go buy another lottery ticket. It's a night full of scratchers. Oh, it's Halloween. If you can't find a little makeout session on Halloween as a single guy, you got no game, dude. You got to turn in all your quarters and get out of the fucking arcade. You got nothing if you can't meet a girl tonight.
My number one holiday, Halloween. And it's essentially for the reason you just said. I mean, every single girl is bringing it tonight. Yeah. All right? Bringing the A game. Bringing the A game.
101 on the black, cut, all fastballs. All fastballs tonight from the ladies. It is amazing how much Halloween changes in your life. It goes from, hey, I'm just excited to be putting on a costume. I want to be a cute little kid, to now I want to express myself as a little kid, and I'm going to tell you that I want to be a ninja. You're going to see that reflected in my costume choices as we get older. Then it's going to be, all right, we're here for titties. In your 20, you're here for titties, and it's fantastic, and it works. And then you get married, and you start your couples costume phase. Have you done the
me and Allie? Yep, me and Allie did. Yep.
We did Jillian and I think nailed it a few years ago with the Captain and Coke. I dressed like an airline pilot. She dressed like a can of Coke.
Brilliant. I did Joker and Harley Quinn with Allie. That was our couples one that we did.
Yeah, yes. It's a great couples costume.
Yep. We nailed that one. That was great.
Did you go old school Joker? Did you do Jack?
I went Suicide Squad. I actually went Suicide because
least likable of all the Jokers.
But Jared Leto, I just go back and watch Jared Leto. He's in that movie very little, but he makes an impact. We all know Heath Ledger's the bar, and Jack's going to get his votes, of course. But Jared Leto sneakily got in there for me, and at least from an appearance standpoint, I just liked, and it was also easier for me to do. It wasn't full paint on the face. There was gold teeth. It was easier to put together, and I enjoyed it.
The grills, Sammy wearing grills.
Great. The grill was beautiful.
Thank you to everyone for tuning in today. Have a great Halloween, no matter what phase of your Halloween life you are in. Adorable kid stuff, couple costumes, titties galore. Have a great time. Do it safely tonight. Like and subscribe to both channels if you would, please. And most of all, remember, sports don't build character. They reveal it. And like that, they're gone.